about the same as the seawater. Now that Independence class, that's over 45 knots. The smaller Freedom class, made of steel, can go over 47 knots, where a knot is about 1.15 miles per hour. And jumping up a couple tiers, another big one coming up, which is number 4, the Boxer, another of our launch class amphibious assault ships. Now at first, you may have thought ships like the Boxer were aircraft carriers. I mean, they certainly look like it, but they're actually about 200 feet shorter. Although they can fulfill similar missions, but they're only using vertical takeoff and landing craft. They'll carry around 1,400 Marines, 3 hovercraft, and 36 aircraft, which can include the Huey, Cobra, Super Stallion, C-9 Seahawk, AVA Harrier jet, MV-22 Osprey, and the newer F-35. Now on the left side of the dock, number 47, that's the Rushmore, a dock landing ship, also another part of our amphibious fleet. Now she'll support those amphibious operations by delivering landing craft, including up to 2 hovercraft, right on the Ulster shores. But unlike the other larger ships, even though she's got the big landing pad in the back, she doesn't carry aircraft, she can only support them. But on the last pier of the base, there's another favorite of mine, and that's the hospital ship, USNS Mercy. She's one of 2 in the Navy's fleet. The other we have, called the Comfort, it's on the East Coast. So these hospital ships, they're only second in size to aircraft carriers. They were created by taking 2 different oiler ships, got them in half, and putting them back together again. They have 1,000 hospital beds, 80 ICUs, 12 operating rooms. There's some bird care, radiology, pharmacy, physical therapy, a blood bank, 2 oxygen-producing plants, and even some dentistry. But everything we're leaving right up to this last pier, all been part of the Naval Base San Diego, which we can find on 32nd Street. This is the 2nd largest naval base in the United States, which is beat out only by Norfolk, Virginia. Now it's a little over 1/3 of the Pacific Fleet here. The other 2/3, they're in Washington and Hawaii. But our next shipyard up, straight across, this is NASCO, and stands for National Steel and Shipbuilding Company. It's one of many shipyards in San Diego. NASCO itself, headquartered in Falls Church, Virginia, and is also a division of General Dynamics. Now they specialize in constructing cargo ships as well as auxiliary vessels for the Navy and the Military Sealift Command. Now our first ship at NASCO is called an oil replenishment ship, the USNS John Lewis. And we have another cruiser, 70 the Lake Erie. Being built straight across in the background, an expeditionary sea-based vessel. Those are built to support Special Operations Force, as well as airborne mine countermeasure missions. And inside NASCO's dry dock, that stock landing ship, the Comstock. But if anyone's ever wondered, how does the dry dock work? Well, all they do, they pump those full of water. That's what lowers them down. The ship is placed right in position. Pump the water out, raise everything up. You got yourself a dry area to work on your ships. You may have noticed I've used a couple titles for the Navy ships, the USS and USNS. So the difference is, the USS, the United States ship, well, those are owned and they're run by the Navy. The USNS, the United States naval ship, it is still owned by the Navy, but run by the Military Sealift Command, and they're primarily civilian. Straight across, our last cruiser, 59, is the Princeton. Now our next shipyard coming up, this one's BAE, British Aerospace. But it's also freedom's first choice. How do I know? It's printed right on the side. But our first two ships here, both Arleigh Burke destroyers. You have number 59 the Russell, 88 the Preble. Now I'm going to tell you a little more about this class of destroyer. It also applies to our cruiser, as they are both a multi-mission warship. They can operate independently as well as part of a battle group and carry the Aegis combat system, which tracks up to 100 targets at a time. That's using the Army-Navy Spy-1 radar system. Also equipped with the Tomahawk cruise missile, which gives them long-range strike capability. And then with advances, in just our standard missile, coupled with the Aegis combat system, both the cruiser and destroyer have pinpoint accuracy. Now we have one last little shipyard coming up. It's called Continental. First ship here, this is the Somerset. Now she has a piece of the World Trade Center built into her hull, but it's called an amphibious transport dock. And those are designed to provide the Navy and Marine Corps with a modern sea-based platform. These are all networked, survivable, built to operate with 21st century transformational equipment. Things like the MB-22 Osprey, built for other aircraft. Now they can optionally carry a few Cobras and a few Hueys, but whatever type of craft they carry, they can launch and recover it simultaneously. Also accommodating hovercraft and landing craft. And also the backside of this ship is a nice example of the well deck and stern gate. And now we're going to head back under the bridge. But as we do, take a look right down the center of the columns here on the right side. And you just might see the image of the California Mission Bell. It's just not a real bell, but it is formed right in the shapes of those columns. If you did not see the bell, don't even worry. We're going back under 3 more times. Tomorrow. And our last 2 Navy ships, those are both destroyers. Back right, 104 is the Sterret. 113, the John Finn, named after the first Medal of Honor recipients during World War II. And now we're going to take a look ahead. We're coming up to this long concrete pier. It's our 10th Avenue Marine Terminal. It's where we get a lot of cargo. But the most cargo brought in is from Dole. You'll see them at the end. But they bring in 186 gonna take a look ahead. So we're coming up to this long building here with some green glass. That's our convention center. But almost every year, that's host to the Comic-Con. For about 2 years ago, they brought in 150,000 people. Take a look just right at the convention center. You have the frickin' steel burger building, Petco Park, which is home to the Padres. Just right at Petco, the Dome Building, San Diego Central Library, charter school on the 6th and 7th floor, and they carry over 1 million books. Now, a little gray ship that just passed us by, that's a Vietnam-era swift boat run by the Maritime Museum. Then we take a look right next to the convention center, and you got a bunch of fancy boats, which are all part of Fifth Avenue Landing. Most of the boats there are worth between $20 and $100 million. Now they're all paying around $500 a day just to sit in those spots. Oh, you see the boat second from the end? That's the one I just purchased a couple months ago. Called her the Valkyrie. Isn't she pretty? Yeah, right. I wish. But I'm going to show you some of the buildings in our skyline now. A lot of them look like things you could find in a very large toolbox. So you're going to start all the way forward with that really pointy gray building. It's American One Plaza. Looks like a Phillips head screwdriver, and also the tallest building in San Diego at 500 feet tall. And right next to that, you have the 210 Towers.